Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 5 of Season 3 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Subway Fresh Fit 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. We are at the brand new Phoenix, the newly repaved, newly reconfigured Phoenix. So we're going to see some great racing since this is fresh pavement, fresh asphalt. So we're going to see people have a lot more grip, though the sun is beating down on it, which may cause some of the grippiness to go away a little bit, but it all is going to be interesting. This is going to be one of those unknown races since it's a new track, and these drivers haven't had a lot of testing here, but we'll see how this race is going to turn out. But the point standings heading into this race, Chris Washer leads by 15 points over rookie Cassandra Renzi, 30 points over rookie Biggie Spencer, 33 points over rookie Larry Hagan, and 37 points over PJ Williams. And the rest of the top 10 in points are Cody Lamas, Jessica Sheldon, Jesse Setti, Nick Pericles, and Austin Weiner. That is how your top 10 stands heading into this race. Could we see a new points leader today? Could we see some new drivers get in the top 10, some fall out? We'll find out once we go racing, but before I show you the starting grid, I just want to say thank you guys for checking out these Walmart Cup Series races. It means a lot, and I try my best to put out as much racing as I possibly can, depending on how the scheduling is going to be. But also, for those of you who are wondering, what are those new songs you've been putting on the starting grids and the results and point standings at the end of the race? Well, just to let you know, there is going to be a link in the description for these races from now on. For anybody out there who likes rap, check out the SoundCloud link in the description for my friend Alex, who is going by a rap name called the Alex Enterprise. And he does some great rap songs. I really dig him. And there you have it. But ladies and gentlemen, here's a look at your starting lineup for the Subway Fresh Fit 500 at Phoenix.
Imagine the dreams of a 13-year-old looking up at the sky, wondering how the world can be so cold. This kid wasn't sold it would be like this. At nighttime, wishes to be safe from this abyss. Cause this shit is something that can be dismissed. A boy born as a girl who is going through the stress. He's got a shotgun up, but can't play for the team. His school won't let him even though it's his dream. Now he's sitting in bed with a loaded gun, thinking about blowing his brains out to kingdom come. Cause he's been bullied and teased all his life. Almost killed himself 2 years ago by slitting his wrist with a knife. I wonder if he sees the things I see for him. 10 years down the line, speaking at the forum. A college graduate up at the top of his class. The first trans NFL player up in the draft.
Well, there is your starting lineup. Jesse Setti on the pole with Alex Hawkins in second. Here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And wow, Jesse Setti got off to a great jump on that start. Great jump. And oh, contact with Matt McIntyre and Alex Hawkins right there, but they managed to keep it together. Meanwhile, 3 wide for third with Eric Enrage, Kyle Matthews, and Alex Hawkins, and then another 3 wide battle with Austin Weiner, Alex Pedro, and Nick Pericles. But Jesse said he's going to lead lap number 1, but here comes Matt McIntyre in the 33 car right behind her. Look at this going on back here. These guys are going at it really, really hard here in the early stages of the race. And whoa, contact with Austin Weiner and Alex Pedro. That was a close call. Meanwhile, Jesse Say led that lap, but Matt McIntyre, he is coming on the bottom lane, but he couldn't get there quick enough as Jesse's going to keep the lead off the high line. And now Matt's going to try to make another move down low, and can he clear him this time? Or clear her this time. No, he can't. And Jesse Setti, seems like she's getting a good run up off of the higher groove, it seems. But Matt McIntyre now going to make the bottom line work this time. And now Matt McIntyre is probably going to be your new leader. Let's see if he can clear Jesse off at 4. And he does. So we have a new leader, Matt McIntyre, in the 31 Caterpillar QuickenLoans.com Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. And is the caution out? Yeah, it is. The caution flag is out. Eric and Rage is wrecked. Nick Pericles has some front end damage. And now we got another wreck, and it's with Dylan Young, Biggie Spencer. I saw Seth Cole get a little piece of that. There must have been a turning incident, at least with those cars. And then the caution must have came out for an incident between Eric and Rage and Nick Pericles. It looks like it happened off of turn number 4. As there you see skid marks and smoke off of turn 4. And meanwhile, these drivers are in pit road for a pit stop, as this is to check their tires and get a little extra fuel. Since this is a unknown race, we're going to see how these cars are going to be able to handle this track. And Alex Hawkins went with fuel only, and he's going to come out of the pits first. So Alex Hawkins is going to be your leader. Second is going to be Zachary Fitzwater. Third is Jesse King. Fourth is Ryan Anderson Jr. And fifth is Jordan Kolb. So a lot of drivers going with a little bit of pit strategy. Some cars going with 2 tires, some going with 4 tires, some are going with fuel only. So this restart's going to be interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a replay as to what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Phoenix. Well, here's a look at it. It was 3 wide between Pericles, Enrage, and Pedro. Alex Pedro, that is. And right there, it looks like Eric Enrage gets a little bit loose, and he comes up right in front of Nick Pericles, and they both smack the outside wall pretty hard. Nick Pericles, I think, took the worst of that incident. But while that happened, as they were going 5 wide to avoid everybody up ahead, let's see what happens on what started this turning incident. We're going to keep an eye out on Biggie Spencer, because I saw he got turned by somebody. Looks like as drivers were trying to slow down. Oh, he came up into Eric Burton and he got a little wobbly. But what's going to happen here? Oh, Seth Cole kind of goes up, and then that turns Biggie and also turns Chris Washer into Eric Burden, and then Dylan Young, Dylan Thero, P.J. Williams all get a piece of this. Nick Pericles actually got into the back a little bit of Kendall Maynor during that. But with this incident, I don't see anybody retiring. Maybe some cosmetic damage. Maybe one of the drivers, maybe Dylan Young's hood might be gone. It all depends on how bad the damage is on these cars. And Eric Enrage, even though he got the most damage out of that caution, I think he might be able to continue. But we'll find out as, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to the restart here at the Subway Fresh Fit 500 at Phoenix. Well, after that first caution, no cars out of the race, so everybody's still running. Meanwhile, pit strategy taking place. Some cars went with fuel only, some went with 2 tires, some went with 4. But Alex Hawkins is your leader. Second is Zachary Fitzwater. Third is Jesse King. Fourth is Ryan Anderson Jr. Fifth is Jordan Kolb. Sixth is Anthony McCreary. Seventh is Michael Walden. Eighth, who was the leader before pit stops took place, Matt McIntyre. Kyle Matthews. Ninth. 10th is Sonny Hammond. Then the top 20 is Jesse Setti, Alex Pedro, Chris Washer, Chase Oliver, Austin Weiner, Larry Hagan, Brandon Nichols, Ken Thero, Jecko Knight, Ian Siegel. The top 30, Trent Dunham, Seth Cole, Justin Talampas, Michael Norman, Henrietta Fitzwater, Dylan Young, Jessica Shelton, Dylan Thero, Ian Dutta, and Rue McIntyre. The rest of the top 40 is Charles Jackson, David Rivera, Eric Burden, Cassandra Renzi, Cody Hagan, Kendall Maynard, Biggie Spencer, Gabe Williams, last week's winner, Cody Lamas and PJ Williams. In the last two cars, Nick Pericles and Eric Enrage. Green flag is back out here at Phoenix. And I saw a little bit of contact right there with Jesse King and Zachary Fitzwater, but they keep it together. And now here comes Jesse King to the bottom of Alex Hawkins for the lead. But he ain't going to be able to get by him this time, and Alex Hawkins leads that lap. But now here comes King to the bottom once again, and that's going to open the door for Jordan Culp, Ryan Anderson Jr., and Zachary Fitzwater to potentially make some noise, as well as Anthony McCrory. And now Jesse King looks to finally clear the 13 of Alex Hawkins, and he does. So new leader, Jesse King in the 54 Monster Energy Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. And we are still green flag racing here at Phoenix. Meanwhile, back here we got a battle for second between Jordan Culp and Alex Hawkins. Meanwhile, whoa, it looked like King got a little bit loose through those corners, and now Jordan Culp has the lead for that lap right there. And now Alex Hawkins is going to try to make some noise and try to get back up to the lead. Meanwhile, Jordan Culp trying to go for his first career Walmart Cup Series win, and Alex Hawkins gets loose, and he about got up into Jordan Culp and wrecked him, but now Hawkins is going to lead that lap. But while we're still green, let's take a look at a run through of the field at how they currently run. Alex Hawkins is your leader. Second is Jordan Culp. Third is Jesse King. Fourth is Ryan Anderson Jr. Fifth is Anthony McCrory. Sixth is Zachary Fitzwater. Seventh is Matt McIntyre. Eighth is Kyle Matthews. Ninth is Sonny Hammond. 10th is Michael Walton. 11th is Chris Washer. 12th is Jesse Setti. 13th is Brandon Nichols. 14th is Larry Hagan. 15th is Ian Siegel. As these drivers are getting a little bit stacked up a little bit. Anyways, Ian Siegel is currently now in 14th. Larry Hagan 15th. 16th, Chase Oliver. 17th, Austin Weiner. 18th is Alex Pedro. 19th is Jecko Knight. 20th is Justin Talampas. 21st is Trent Dunham. 22nd is Ken Thero. 23rd is Rue McIntyre. 24th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 25th is Jessica Sheldon. 26th, Michael Norman. Make that Seth Cole. 27th, Norman. 28th is Dylan Young. 29th, Charles Jackson. 30th, Cody Lamas. 31st, Dylan Thero. 32nd is Eric Burden. 33rd, Biggie Spencer. And we get a wreck. Ian Dutta, David Rivera, Kendall Maynard all go for spins. Nick Pericles almost hit Kendall Maynard, but I think he hit Ian Dutta, and he did. Nick Pericles gets more damage by getting in the Dutta, and the caution flag is out once again. Keep an eye out back here around these cars that are getting piled in. There you see the smoke from them spins. 3 of the 5 Roush cars were involved in that accident. Nick Pericles, David Rivera, and Ian Dutta. And these drivers are coming in the pit road once again. Some of them are. Jesse King is going to stay out and lead, and then Ryan Anderson Jr. and Zachary Fitzwater are going to follow suit as to staying out on track. Once again, it's this pit strategy that we're seeing. So the top 5 now is going to be Jesse King, Ryan Anderson Jr., Zachary Fitzwater, Matt McIntyre, and Kyle Matthews. But ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a replay as to what brought the caution out for the second time today here at Phoenix. Well, here's a look at it. It was 3 wide with Ian Dutta, Kendall Maynard, and Gabe Williams. And it looks like Kendall Maynard comes up in the Ian Dutta, puts him into the outside wall, and then David Rivera gets in the Dutta and they all go sliding and spinning. But then the wreck isn't over as watch Ian Dutta as he's going to get rear-ended by Nick Pericles right there. Wow, that was a pretty hard hit. Then again, Pericles, he was already damaged from the first caution that came out. Rivera got a little bit of front end damage, though I think he is going to be able to keep going. Dutta, I could maybe see keep going, though I'm not sure, as he got both front and rear end damage from that. Kendall Maynor is definitely going to be able to continue, as he pretty much got side damage from that accident. But, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the replay. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that last caution, we have only one car out of the race, and that is the 16 of Nick Pericles. So he could potentially fall out of the top 10 in the point standings as a result. But Jesse King is your leader. Second is Ryan Anderson Jr. Third is Zachary Fitzwater. Fourth is Matt McIntyre. Fifth is Kyle Matthews. Sixth is Brandon Nichols. Seventh is Ian Siegel. Eighth is Austin Weiner. Ninth is Chase Oliver. 10th is Larry Hagan. Then it's Jecko Knight, Rue McIntyre, Trent Dunham, Henrietta Fitzwater, Michael Norman, Charles Jackson, Cody Lamas, Dylan Thero, Eric Burton, and Cassandra Renzi, the top 20. Then Biggie Spencer, Alex Hawkins, Jordan Kolb, Jesse Setti, Anthony McCurry, Alex Pedro, Justin Talampas, Jessica Sheldon, Chris Washer, Ken Thero, the top 30. Then it's Sonny Hammond, Michael Walden, PJ Williams, Cody Hagan, Seth Cole, Dylan Young, Gabe Williams, Ian Dutta, Kendall Maynor, Eric and Rage, the top 40. The last car on the lead lap is David Rivera. Green flag is back out here at Phoenix. Jesse King got off to a very good jump on that restart. But now look who's coming underneath of Ryan Anderson Jr., the man who led earlier in the race before the first caution. Matt McIntyre, he could be making a stride to get back up to the lead. And here he comes to Jesse King, and he's not quite there yet, but he's right there on the back bumper. And he's going to go to the bottom here in 1 and 2 to try to get the lead back. And we are still green flag racing here at Phoenix. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre trying to clear Jesse King. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it off of turn number 4. Although cars do get a good run off of that high line off of 4, and Jesse King led that lap as he got a much better run. Meanwhile, oh boy, look at this log jam back here. From 3rd on back to about the 7th spot, I want to say. Yeah, 7th, with Brandon Nichols among others. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre has now cleared Jesse King. Matt McIntyre is back up to the front as we are now halfway through this race. Meanwhile, as we keep our eyes back here on this 3-wide battle for 3rd with Zachary Fitzwater, Brandon Nichols, and Ian Siegel. Wow, Ian Siegel about got into Brandon Nichols. That could have been bad right there. Meanwhile, battle for the lead with Jesse King coming back to try to make a move under Matt McIntyre. Let's see what McIntyre can do off the high line. He's maintaining the lead a little bit off that high line. Let's see if he can get a run off of him off of 4. Meanwhile, here comes Siegel and Nichols into this battle. And Matt McIntyre does get the better run off of the high line that time. Meanwhile, we are still green flag racing here. Meanwhile, back here, it was a battle for the 5th spot with Kyle Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater, but now it's 6th place between Fitzwater and Ryan Anderson Jr. And the caution flag is back out. Who's going to lead the lap? It looks like McIntyre is going to be your leader. Cody Hagan's involved in whatever this was. So was Seth Cole. And Alex Pedro was in this. Ian Dutta, I think he might have gotten involved in this one. And I think those might be the only cars involved, and it looks like it happened in the middle of the backstretch. Meanwhile, Matt McIntyre is your leader. And let's see if he's going to come down pit road. He's running low enough to where he is, and he is coming down. And Jesse King is going to stay out once again. He has not pitted since the first caution. I don't know, this could be strategy for him in case they go to a green flag run, but then again, that might cost him. But we'll see how that strategy is going to play out later. But ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a replay as to what brought the caution out for the third time today here at Phoenix. Well, it's just like what we've seen all day. 3 wide racing in turns 1 and 2, and where the middle driver goes up a little too high. There you see Cody Hagan comes up in Alex Pedro and up into the outside wall, and then Seth Cole gets involved right there. Dylan Young gets a slight piece of it. Nonetheless, he got through. Meanwhile, Ian Dutta and Gabe Williams, they go and hit the 52 of Seth Cole. As I'm trying to get to the 52, there he is. As he was just an innocent bystander to this incident. Right there, the 11 gets up into the 10. That causes all 3 of them to go spinning. Dylan Young gets some cosmetic damage from sideswiping the 10. And then right there, Ian Dutta into the 52 and Gabe Williams into the back of Ian Dutta. So this was a 5-car accident that took place. Make that 4, technically, if you want to count Dylan Young. Whoa, Eric in rage. Wow, he almost T-boned his teammate, so he slowed down quick enough to not hit him so hard. Good driving right there by the 14 of Eric in rage. As meanwhile, drivers are slowing down to take the caution, but that does it for the replay of that caution. Let's take you back to the restart. Well, after that last accident, 1 other car has joined Nick Pericles as cars out of the race, and that is Ian Dutta. And Matt McIntyre, I think, was the only car to come down pit road, so I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with the 31, who knows, but Jesse King is your leader, 2nd is Ian Siegel, 3rd is Brandon Nichols, 4th is Kyle Matthews, 5th is Zachary Fitzwater. Ian Dutta still running. 6th is Rue McIntyre, 7th Ryan Anderson Jr., 8th Chase Oliver, 9th Jecko Knight, 10th Austin Weiner, then Larry Hagan, Henrietta Fitzwater, Cody Lamas, Charles Jackson, Trent Dunham, Eric Burden, Anthony McCurry, Cassandra Renzi, Michael Norman, Jesse Setti, Dylan Thero, Jordan Culp, Alex Hawkins, Biggie Spencer, Jessica Sheldon, Sonny Hammond, Chris Washer, Ken Thero, Michael Walden, Kendall Maynor, Justin Talampas, PJ Williams, Dylan Young, David Rivera, Gabe Williams, Alex Pedro, Eric Enrage, Seth Cole, Cody Hagan, and Matt McIntyre as lead lap cars. And then the 1-car lap down is Ian Dutta, so Ian Dutta's still running on the track. But here we go, we're back underway, green flag racing with 17 to go here at Phoenix. We actually should go to the 66 of Dutta to keep an eye out on him to make sure nothing happens with him. And he about came up in front of Ryan Anderson Jr. if Anderson Jr. wasn't cleared. And Chase Oliver about got into Dutta. Meanwhile, Dutta's holding up Ryan Anderson Jr. right now. And now he's going to try to stick it 3 wide, but he's going to be able to get around Dutta. But let's see. Oh, we've seen this all day. Middle driver goes up a little too high. Larry Hagan gets in the Dutta a little bit. But no wreck. Now it's Trent Dunham and Cassandra Renzi getting held up behind the 66. And, oh, I thought there would have been a turning with Eric Burden and Cody Lamas, but they keep it together. That was a close call. And, Renzi... And the caution is back out as they're smoking. It looks like Rue McIntyre, and then Alex Hawkins gets into him. And Gabe Williams scrapes the wall. So the caution comes out for the 4th time today. Who is the leader? Brandon Nichols is your leader now in that 12 car for Penske. And that SKF Ford. So the caution is out for an incident involving Rue McIntyre. But we'll take a look at a replay of that in just a moment. Let's double check to see if anybody's coming down pit road this time. If they do, then they will probably be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel, and it doesn't look like anybody is. They're all going to stay out. Meanwhile, Brandon Nichols is your leader. Let's take a break and go to a replay to see what brought the caution out for the 4th time today here at Phoenix. Well, this was a battle for 5th between Rue McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. And it looks like Rue McIntyre, he comes up into Kyle Matthews, and that's going to force the 28 up against the outside wall and about flip the 28 over. And then the 28's going to get another hit coming right here from Alex Hawkins, and that forces the 13's car to rip apart as far as the motor and causing it to smoke and erupt. So the 13 is most likely going to be out of the race, unfortunately. Rue McIntyre, who was running around the top 6, trying to go underneath Kyle Matthews for a spot, and unfortunately it didn't work out his way as he almost got clear to the 5, but the 5 was still there, and they come up into the outside wall, and they both get into the wall. But that's going to do it for the replay. Let's take you to the restart here at Phoenix. Well, after that last caution, we have 2 more cars out of the race, and they are Alex Hawkins and Rue McIntyre. But Brandon Nichols is your leader. 2nd is Jesse King. 3rd is Ian Siegel. 4th is Zachary Fitzwater. 5th is Chase Oliver. 6th is Austin Weiner. 7th is Jecko Knight. 8th is Ryan Anderson Jr. 9th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 10th is Charles Jackson. The top 20 is Larry Hagan, Cody Lamas, Anthony McCurry, Eric Burden, Trent Dunham, Cassandra Renzi, Jesse Setti, Michael Norman, Kyle Matthews, Jordan Culp. Top 30 is Sonny Hammond, Biggie Spencer, Dylan Thero, Jessica Sheldon, Chris Washer, Ken Thero, PJ Williams, Kendall Maynard, Michael Walden, Dylan Young, Justin Talampas is the top 40 along with Alex Pedro, Cody Hagan, David Rivera, Seth Cole, Matt McIntyre, Gabe Williams, Eric Enrage, Alex Hawkins, and Rue McIntyre. Somehow Alex Hawkins is still on track even though he was smoking. I'm kind of confused. The 13 is still on track even though his car was smoking after getting into the 28. I guess they must have fixed it. They must have gotten that problem fixed, and they're still able to keep going, though they're probably not going to be up to speed. But they're going to be able to finish the race, at least for valuable points. Meanwhile, Brandon Nichols got a great jump on that restart, and now he's going to pull ahead a little bit from the rest of the cars. Meanwhile, battle for 2nd between teammates Jesse King and Ian Siegel. Siegel's got that bottom lane. Meanwhile, back here, a battle for 5th between Austin Weiner and Chase Oliver, and also Zachary Fitzwater. So this is actually a 3-car battle for the 4th spot. And here comes Weiner in that 22 car as he's running the AAA Ford for Penske this week. Meanwhile, it's 8 to go here at Phoenix. Meanwhile, Brandon Nichols is leading. Let's actually take a look at a run through of the field real quick to see how these cars are doing. Brandon Nichols is your leader. 2nd is Ian Siegel. 3rd is Jesse King. 4th is Austin Weiner. 5th is Zachary Fitzwater. 6th is Chase Oliver. 7th, Jecko Knight. 8th, Henrietta Fitzwater. 9th, Ryan Anderson Jr. 10th, Cody Lamas. 11th, Anthony McCurry. 12th, Charles Jackson. 14th or 13th is Larry Hagan. 14th, Jesse Setti. 15th, Eric Burton. 16th, Trent Dunham. 17th, Jordan Culp. 18th, Cassandra Renzi. 19th, Sonny Hammond. 20th, Biggie Spencer. 21st is Michael Norman. 22nd, Jessica Sheldon. 23rd, Dylan Thero. 24th, Kyle Matthews. 25th, Chris Washer. 26th is PJ Williams. 27th is Michael Walden. 28th is Ken Thero. 29th is Dylan Young. 30th is Justin Talampas. 31st is Cody Hagan. 32nd, Matt McIntyre. 33rd, Seth Cole. 34th, Kendall Maynor. 35th is Alex Pedro. 36th is David Rivera. 37th, Gabe Williams. And then the lap cars of Ian Dutta, Rue McIntyre, Eric Enrage, and Alex Hawkins. Meanwhile, it's less than 5 to go for Brandon Nichols, who is a rookie in the same ride Austin Weiner drove last season in the 12 car. He's trying to go for his first career Walmart Cup Series win in just his rookie season, as it's now 4 to go. Let's take a look and see how the top 5 is. It's Nichols, then Siegel. Now a battle for third with Austin Weiner and Jesse King. Meanwhile, Anthony McCurry going to come up to 5th. And Austin Weiner, he wants to try to go for his first win of the season and go for his 6th career Walmart Cup Series win to tie second most wins of Walmart Cup competition with Jessica Shelton. Meanwhile, Austin Weiner is actually one of the fastest cars, although Anthony McCurry is pretty fast, as he's now going to go underneath of Jesse King for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Brandon Nichols, it's 2 laps to go for the 12 team, as he's got his teammate Austin Weiner 3rd, and Dylan Young is somewhere around the 27th position from what I can predict. Meanwhile, McCurry trying to make a stride to get up into the 3rd spot, right there behind the 22. Meanwhile, white flag is out for Brandon Nichols. Unless he makes a mistake, I don't know if Ian Siegel is going to be able to get to the 12 car. As they are in turn 3, getting ready to exit turn number 4. Coming to the checkered flag, Brandon Nichols in his rookie season gets his first career Walmart Cup Series win, and he's going to get it at the newly repaved Phoenix. What a job by that 12 team. As Brandon Nichols came into this race, 16th in points, this could boost him up into the top 10 in points, potentially. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at your official finishing results. Brandon Nichols gets his first career Walmart Cup Series win and in his rookie season, and he's going to get it here at the newly reconfigured, repaved Phoenix. Congratulations to that 12 team. Ian Siegel gets a solid 2nd place finish, a great showing by that returning veteran. Anthony McCurry, who is the 2nd highest finishing rookie, he's going to come away with 3rd, a great comeback after a poor run last week at Atlanta. But great job for the 61. Austin Weiner comes away with another 4th place finish. And rounding out the top 5, who was one of the dominant cars of the race, Jesse King rounds out the top 5. Great run for him. The rest of the top 10, Zachary Fitzwater gets a solid 6th place finish. Chase Oliver gets a much needed 7th place finish. Cody Lamas, great finish of 8th. Checo Knight gets a solid 9th place finish. And rounding out the top 10 was the pole sitter of the race, Jessie Setti. Great run for her. The rest of the top 20 was Charles Jackson, Ryan Anderson Jr., Henrietta Fitzwater, Jordan Culp, Eric Burton, Sonny Hammond, Cassandra Renzi, Trent Dunham, Biggie Spencer, Dylan Thero. The rest of the top 30 was Jessica Sheldon, Michael Norman, Chris Washer, P.J. Williams, Kyle Matthews, Michael Walton, Dylan Young, Ken Thero, Matt McIntyre, who was one of the dominant cars, and because of a late pit stop, it cost him the win, and then Cody Hagan. And the rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap were Justin Talampas, Kendall Maynor, Seth Cole, Alex Pedro, David Rivera, Gabe Williams, and Eric Enrage. And then the next 3 cars finished the race a lap down, and they were Larry Hagan somehow, Rue McIntyre and Ian Dutta and Alex Hawkins, and then the only car out of the race was Nick Pericles. So that's going to do it for our coverage today here at Phoenix. Congratulations to Brandon Nichols as we get ready for the next race we are running, which is going to be at the Auto Club Speedway in California for the running of the Auto Club 500. So, ladies and gentlemen, until then, here are your results, rookie points, and regular points. But this is Levi McIntyre saying so long, everybody.
Think you're riding hard up in that G5? Well, this guy's got ideas that'll blow your mind. Concepts and schematics that are unheard of. From a high school dropout labeled as a thug. So as he counts down the days till he gets out, I count down the day I fly with him right up in the clouds. Now this last girl or boy could even be you. You'll be amazed at the things that a person can do when they have enough drive and the right state of mind. Nobody's